people's registered in Akwa Ibom. Poor people's register in Anambra. Poor people's register in Akwa Ibom, Calabar, Uyo, Anambra, Akwa Ibom, Uyo. I cannot put Calabar, you know. Cross River, Calabar. So Cross River, Akwa Ibom, Ekiti, Anambra, Abia, and River State. They said those places, they consulted some private APC people, Beta Edu, and gave them over 3.7 billion naira for consultancy. The poor people no fit afford Gario, but people who want to check if they are poor or they are not poor, they have already been paid over 3.7 billion. One of them is that of Interior Minister Olubunmi Ojo, whose wife collected in total 560 million naira from Beta Edu for consultancy. Consultancy to consult if the poor people in Ekiti are poor. So that caused Beta Edu suspension. So they suspended her. Now, suspending Beta Edu, they said they were investigating. Baba, investigation, you see, there's something they do in the ministries in Nigeria, okay? Every time they give their budget like that and say, okay, budget, we want to shake any cock in a call, we will spend so amount of money. So at the end of the year, they have to close all of that financial book. So for example, let's say your ministry now, in 2023, you said you would take 400 billion in your budget. At the end of the day, they gave you 300 billion. And somehow, after spending, you still have money left. You are required to return the money to the TSA, Treasury Single Account, to return the money back to the Federation account before the following year. So that when they issue new budget, when they release new money, you can begin to account for that. They said that's their practice. But you know what? That's what they told the people. But traditionally in Nigeria, at the end of the year like that, before the end of the year, to avoid returning the money back to the national cover, what they do is that the minister and the people in the ministry and all the civil servants, all these, what do they call them, permanent secretaries, all those oga for ministry, those ones who know amount of money that is left in their ministry, they will now share the money. So all they have to do is just raise a memo, okay? Let's say they have 20 billion left. They can raise a memo on something, or a trip or something to take 10 billion. And they will share the 10 billion or take 15 billion. In most cases, they will take the entire 20 billion because they believe that they have to spend the money. Since they haven't spent the money, they will share it among themselves. That's the usual. Some of Beta was asking them that instead of returning the money back to the treasury account, right, to the national purse, okay, she was asking the accountant general that if it's possible for them to warehouse the money, maybe they go put the money somewhere. There's no point in returning the money. The money belongs to the humanitarian. This is the letter. He did this. Look at this. Warehousing of us unspent balance fund from the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, NSIP, account for year 2023 financial year. Omo beta ma digon omo yi kala gonsha. Jesu Christi Oluwawa. And I like her. Oh no, I don't like her. Don't let me lie to you. I don't like her. I never like that. She's APC. And anything APC. Misa mi satani. Misa mi satani. You know what I mean? Misa mi satani. Kiolon yawaya issue. Anything APC, Egbekegbe is a poison chalice. You put your mouth, you die. I'd never like that. I lied it. I never liked that. But that's just that. So eventually, they don't leak the memo again. Oh. You know, saying leaking memo. Now it costs a better I do a job, Abi. The job that she went to Shiloh, that God gave to her from Shiloh. Only for leaked memo of Beta Edu. Now it cost her a job. But she still no day there again. They still the leak memo. God will bless all the leakers. If you are one of those leakers, wherever you are, I say the universe bless you. And if you are one of the criminals too, after the universe bless you for leaking the memo, Ogun go come kill you. Here you get now. So all of now go collect what you deserve here. Those one we know and those one we don't know. Ogun go kill you like that. So let's leave that aside. Have you seen the wahala going on in Edo State? I want to quickly, share some things with you in case if you have come across this. All right. Obedient at the time was like the offshoot of the young people and old that sort of believes indeed that they could save Nigeria by following Peter Obi, the man that they believe that the character, the 3 C's. He has the character, he has the what's that in other consistency, beginning meta, 3 C's, I don't remember. They use that all the time. Anyway, Sha. So all the young people and the old that listen to him, who chose that they will not collect shishi. We know they give shishi. We know they give shishi and the rest of that. So at the end of the day, the obedient attracted all kinds of typical Nigerians. People tell me, Mayegun, we need to work on a global to bring people together so that we can all work together and make sure that we free ourselves. That's really nice that people should come together, forget their differences, team up, bond together, build a massive movement that cannot be defeated by these rotten establishments. Sounds good. But from my own experience, you have to be very careful when you are dealing with Nigerians. Generally, you have to be very careful, especially when you are dealing with the criminal government or the criminal establishment in Nigeria. You have to be very careful because most of those who are shouting, we no go gree, oh, we no go gree. Lie, never. We no go gree. We no go gree, oh, we no go gree. Those who are singing, we no go gree with you. Maybe all of them actually no go gree, oh. Some of them, they are the rejects from the caucus of the coven. You see all these your criminal leaders that you have everywhere, the way they operate, is that the establishment runs deep, just like a deep state. It is the battle for survival. If you join them in APC, you must be willing and ready to be one of the most brutal criminal before you can be recognized. If you do not have that brutality in you enough, you will be outshined. And when you are outshined, right, you are a reject. They have them in PDP. They have them in APC. Most of those who are the rejects of these covens, they found themselves in obedient movement. And they used that to build profiles that everyone just believes that the moment you are an obedient, definitely you are somebody when they collect shishi. You are somebody who is upright. You are somebody who is this. You are somebody who sees Peter Obi as a role model. You shouldn't have any stain on your own shirt. It was more or less like an unwritten code. I am obedient to. You're obedient. My obedient brother. I'm obedient to. I am obedient to everybody. My obedient. At the end of the day, the reject from PDP, rejects from APC, they build political profile on that same obedience movement. We saw some of them. And that is why immediately after the charade election that a lot of you wasted your energy, your resources and everything on, These rejects have built new political profiles. They can't go to PDP, they can't go to APC without all of you withdrawing that political goodwill that you have given to them. But they can't continue to ignore APC, continue to ignore PDP. How do you think they will survive? They were rejects, remember? Now they are within the group where all of una be like, Lozami. Too many. And because you are too many, those who have power, who think they do have power, they have money, they have all the resources, they are so afraid of you. Because they said the obedience is decentralized because you can't really pinpoint anybody and you cannot bribe them. But you did not know that you can be bribed. Because every one of them who called you, every one of you who call yourself obedient, you do not have a clue of others who are wolves in sheep's clothing. They are made of PDP. They are young people who are waiting for their turn. These are the descendants of Turn by Turn Nigeria Limited. You were all shouting obedient, 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 obedient until the Edo election came. Here, look at this. Competence, character, and what? Competence, character, and all that. So Edo State, the obedient will tell you, Labour Party from top to bottom. Well, they needed to build their own political capital. The obedients who are not Labour Party members, I think I've told you that before. 90% of those who are obedient, they are not members of Labour Party. And that is why the only thing that concerns them is Obi. The only thing you can touch that you can actually have them all out on you is when you touch Obi. Or anyone else, they will not stand and defend what they don't know, right? But what happened when those who have built political capital out of your own movement decided to throw you under the bus because they are leopards who never really shed their spots? They are PDP. That will never change. They are the descendants of people destroying people. APC, Egbekegbe. But you were all shouting obedient together at the time until Edo election came. So let me show you what happened. In Edo State, they said their election is coming up, I think around November, I believe. When is your election in Edo? The man on the left is Asue Igodalo. Asue Igodalo is Obaseki's anointed candidate. So Igodalo decided to meet with the obedient. And when I say meet the obedient, we are talking about the obedient in Edo State. Some of these jobless miscreants who also built political capital through your movement, some of them are from Edo State too. So people didn't know that when they were waiting for their candidate of a Labour Party to be announced, most of these boys, they have already abandoned the guy because the guy won't pay them well. Imagine somebody in in obedient movement asking their fellow Labour Party members or candidates that if you want me to speak to the obedient about you, you will need to be paying me 500,000 every month. While other obedients are waiting to receive the order on how they were going to rally around their man. These jobless cretins, opportunists, chancers, scroungers, pickpockets, lazy, jobless, unemployable miscreants, political jobbers, hiding under your movement Because all of them think say una be the same thing. That's why I know they do online friend this, you know. My ego, we need to team what is a legend team together. Team together about Nigeria. That way you the mad, Abby. That one by me share, Abby. I have burnt my own fingers few times too. Thinking I have things in common with people who profess the same thing. My ego is true. That's what we are going to do. My ego, we have to, yeah. Majority of them are just using you to gain the attention of those who rejected them. PDP, APC. You have some of them still in your own ranks, shouting obedient, obedient, obedient. They are shouting that today because they have not been acknowledged or recognized by the same PDP and APC. Once they get that recognition, once they are no longer the rejects, they will come at you like it's like you've never really been together before. So that's what's happening in Edo. So what did they do? Akpata is their candidate in Labour Party. The guy in the middle is their candidate in APC. The guy on the left is their candidate in PDP, which is Asue Igodalo, a banker that is the anointed candidate of Obaseki. Now, you see, Asue now approached the supposed obedient guys and told them he is also obedient, that he will continue from where Obaseki stops. And the supposed obedient in Edo, instead of them to just collect what they call their gig, I don't know, say, you saw this social media miscreants, right? Political jobbers, you call them. They call something gig in Nigeria. Gig. You see me now, Mayegu, as I'm seated here now. If I want to talk about any one of them, they will have to give me gig. I have to give them price. So now, meanwhile, behind the scene, while the obedient were waiting for Labour Party to say, this is your candidate, oh, there were already allegations of bribery of delegates. Edo Labour Party delegates were said to have been given $1,000 bribe each, so that they will vote for Akpata. $1,000. There is no evidence of that, by the way. And guess where people heard that from? They heard that from the supposed obedience. Some of the obedient leaders, or what they call themselves in Edo. One of the prominent key figure of obedience in Edo decided to start raising this mudslinging, and the rest of that. Why? Why the rest of obedient were shouting, we know they give shishi, we know they collect shishi. These guys, they were already in the ass of PDP. And according to them, yes, we supported Obi, but this is Edo. Edo politics is different. Edo politics is kineko. The same PDP that destroyed the same Edo State, first APC, then PDP. Obaseki, the failure, suddenly doesn't really matter anymore. And they said this guy was asking that if you want me to host space for you, you know what they do on that Twitter, where everybody is just like talking out. Everybody is talking. Everybody will talk for hours over nothing. Right? I didn't know that they were actually paying them. You obedient. Say, obedient, we're having a space at 4 p.m. Obedient space. I cannot miss it. I cannot miss obedient meeting. Oh, now they are using you to cash out. They are collecting money from PDP. And this guy, when these guys were caught, they just went on to like like a madness mode, They started attacking everybody. They didn't say they didn't collect money from PDP. They said they are collecting money from PDP for equity, justice, and then progress. You know why I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing because a lot of you are still living in denial of what Nigeria is. You cannot save Nigeria. Obi cannot save Nigeria. Obi cannot save anybody there. Obi can only save Obi. I am serious. Because you see some of those young people who are kind of saying, majority of them are PDP, APC rejects. And the moment the opportunity presents itself, all it will take is just some money. Okay? And they will be gone. So because of PDP money, the people who are supposed, the supposed obedient benefactor decided to begin to, you too, you collected money. Oh, they have used your money. All the money you raised for Labour Party, they have used your money to buy houses in Abuja. Oh, they are using your money to buy cars. Ogbeni, you collected money from PDP and you decided to start attacking your own people. Abba, how much is that money? They said now $4,000. So they gave this guy $4,000. And Obaseki overnight became the best thing that ever happened. I swear Igalo of PDP became the best thing ever. The politics of Edo now became equity, justice, and blah, blah, blah nonsense. The guy didn't want to go down alone. He started sliding everywhere, slinging everywhere. And the only lesson we I learned from that be say, I'm not saying you obedient. You don't trust yourself, because that's not mine to say. But what I am saying is this: as you are trying or believing that some people along with you, they are working to make a better Nigeria, and you innocently, because you also want a better Nigeria, innocently, you are shouting with them, yes, we will never agree. Thank you. Let everybody know this. Young people will never. Baba, all those young people, some of them are using you to get the attention from the same people you are fighting or you think you are fighting. I have been there. If you ask me, then what should we do? The best thing you should do, if you have any fight in you, fight. If you are Igbo, fight for the emergence of Biafra. If you are Yoruba, fight for the emergence of Yoruba nation. If you are from the middle belt part of this country, fight for your own Kwararafa Republic. If you are from the Arewa land, do not use your energy to save Nigeria. Nigeria cannot be saved. Everyone telling you they want to save Nigeria, most of them are chancers. They are using you. When they have their shot, they will dump you. I have been there. Do not involved in any agenda, any advocacy that says, let's save Nigeria. You will regret. They will use you. They will use you. But you don't have to believe me. Experience, they say, is the best teacher. You will learn. I hope it is not going to be in the hard way. People have no shame. A country that is the poverty capital of the world means over 70% of the population lives in abject, multi-dimensional poverty. Hiding it on social media won't change it. A lot of you have become so poor, so desperate, that anything that comes to bribery or shortchanging others, you will call it opportunity. Do not risk your life involving it with people that will sell you off for a morsel of demo. I have seen that happen many times. And I promise you, it will never stop happening. Nigeria is fake. Everything around it is fake. And I promise you, if you pretend that you don't know that or you ignore it, you will learn. But I do pray it's not going to be in the hard way. Right? So the obedience. Life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Right? I was going to share this with you to show to you the Ezibida. And that is Bayo Onofunuga, long throats, a beggarly man, useless old man, in his 60s, a bigotry infested animal. Bayo Onofunuga, over 60 years old man, a fake news merchant, ass leaker, crumb eater, crumb chaser, an all-riser to Tinubu, of course, rose yesterday to announce something that is purely fake. Then he came back and said, "Oh, no, they haven't decided yet. It's fake news." That is an act of mental problem. There are millions of you, Abobakus, Agbadorians, bat idiots, bad stars, Buhari Danes, Buhari Dideris, Buhari Denotus, Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ungoziaris, the Unekaharis, the obedient, the sophisticated morons, the umboot slaves, your uncles and aunties abroad, the Abrodian bastards, the Abrodian Buhari idiot, the Mumumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers, and the rest of them. Trust me, it is an act of mental problem. I promise you. Trying to what? Special advisor to press idiot on media or whatever. Here and published the fake news that the UAE and Nigeria had lifted the ban on your visa, only for the madman to come back again and say, "Oh, no. The news is not yet." Somebody with the run mad inside the single place. People who are supposed to be in an asylum, in psychiatric homes. They are those who are sitting together. They say, "We are brainwashing, we are brainstorming on how to fix Nigeria." And then you have what? Look at what you have. Mad people everywhere. Trust me. Just like your power minister, the one that has no power. Now you see that peculiar mess in Papa. This guy Papa from history. In Papa back and back. What do you call it? That's a peculiar mess. Peculiar mess. So Benkele Messi. The guy is waiting to be governor for your state, okay? And Adelabu, who is now the minister of darkness in Nigeria, is now asking and blaming, so he's actually blaming the discos, the electricity distribution companies in Nigeria, which he blamed for the epileptic power supply in Nigeria, and is now threatening to revoke their licenses. This guy already told you, you won't get electricity in Nigeria until 2026. I think it's going to be 2062. Turn it around. You will never get electricity in that contraption. Trust me. As long as these rogues are in charge, break it up. Save lives is an appeal. It's not a threat. For those who have the chance today, those of you who listen to me today, those of you who are going to see this video, the summary of all of this is that all of this that you have heard today will continue to happen. Even worse, if you don't break this shit all up, please break it off and save lives. Anyway, thank you very much. I kind of put myself in front of that camera and I don't know how I kind of look on your screen. Maybe I'm somebody who is just like, want to enter you as if to say, they hear me well. The microphone is so loud, you should hear everything I say, even if I don't come that close. But all right, serious, you're going to, so I have to come closer and say it to you. I am going to take calls, okay? But I'm going to go make myself another fresh cup of tea. That may take me about 2-3 minutes because I have to work the all. When I get back, I will take calls. So to those of you who are still here with me, remember, you can like this video, even if you have to leave now, okay? Subscribe to my channel as well. I am a storyteller. I talk, but my stories I always have a very meaningful ending all through. If you enjoyed it tonight, right? Pick up your phone and call in and be part of the chat later this evening. We have another hour to go. I will be back. Don't go anywhere. say Mugusuwe. I have a caller. I'm sorry that it took me a while, okay? I had to walk the hall and come back and get my tea. Sorry, right? I have a caller on the line, and that would be the Prince. It's JJ Man. How are you tonight, Baba?
Baba, I'm always fine, though. Are you?
I am very well too. The Prince.
Yes, Baba. You get mad, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you for the Tucano mic.
Well, it's already
It's
delivered,
really the
Baba. Go on,
it's
Prince.
really the hammer.
Thank you.
Yes, Baba. This is Prince Jejama representing IBOB for life. Baba, where I want to start with, I don't know where I go start with, but I go start anyhow.
Just start from where I know.
You see this Jagabandit. You know, say when you start this program, you say you cannot shame the shameless.
No, you can't.
You see what is going on. You know, we are people in Nigeria. We are crying about Buhari, their nepotism. You know, this one you can see that even the family is like, I don't know if it's family business. You will see here lodger, here you will hear Baba lodger here, here Pekin 1 and 2.
And now,
you know,
the first son, the
and
second son,
you see the second
the
son,
first daughter of the Federal Republic. Now, so
my
you hear
ego, my ego, Nigeria don't enter honestly, Nigeria don't enter. Only God know how the way when Nigeria go take come out of this one. This I go die government. Only God know the way when they go take come out. You know, say wetin dey happen be say that's in Pekin. This in Pekin's where you see where they are line up with in daughters. Now to sample them so that they go get wetin they call ourselves see more and more to add to their CV. Where you know say before they know nowhere where nobody know them, nowhere where they start. So they want to they line them up so that when they will put one go succeed them as president, the other one go succeed them as governor for Lagos State. So they go begin when they begin to count their portfolio. They will say, the one time they were in UAE, you know, they were among the protocols that shook hand with the Saudi king. You know, all this will be part of their TV. You understand what I'm saying? You know, Nigeria is dying. Nigeria is dying every day. Any day you see these people, the more day, the more hour, the more second they are there, destruction is going on. You know, you see, Baba, wetin go happen be say Nigeria will go down. It will go down. They are just patching up. You know, the other day they were threatening NLC. They were threatening civil. What are they called? Everybody, anything threatenable. They were threatening everybody. But now fear factor just to cover up. You understand? Make everybody ready to guide their border because you see what is going on now. Fulani, they are silent. You know, 2022 was their year to overrun Nigeria, and they missed it. They are planning heavily. They are planning very heavily now. You understand? Everybody go run for Nigeria. I'm telling you, Baba. Everybody go run. So everybody make people be ready to guide their border. You know, because they don't want to separate that country peacefully. The way I'm looking at it, you understand? That's the way it's going. They don't want to. Because if you look at the north, people are dying in hunger, insecurity are there. Their people are dying. You know, but they don't care. What they want to do is see they created artificial insecurity in the east, in the west. You know, so that the whole Nigeria will be used, where everybody will be used to that terrorism up north. You understand?
I'm with you.
So that when they now bring up that violence that they want to bring to take over Nigeria, it will look normal. You know, you will be used to it as it has been happening. You know, anywhere you are, if you are alive the following day, the people that die, everybody will just move on. You get what I mean?
I do.
So that is the thing. So let me put that a lot. Nigeria
Thank you so
no
much,
there normal.
Prince. I know.
Yes, Baba.
Nice
Continue
one.
your good work.
Go on.
Continue your good work, Baba.
I will.
Continue your good work.
Thank you, Prince.
Finally, made them living now the kind for us. So
that's a
now
reminder.
the saga now
Counting days.
the
It's just
saga now
counting days now. 13 days to
that
go.
the saga now Baba. Now they don't international and local court don't give them.
Yes, it has to be. But
Supreme,
if they have to
Supreme
start with
Court.
bail first, they will take that. Anything that's just going to let him out of that place, we'll take that first, and then we'll move on from there. Prince Jejeman.
Baba, they live Omoyole for good 5 years. They use bail, whole Omoyole. We don't want bail. It's the tiger now put there. Now we want.
Well, that's
we don't want their bail.
That's even better, right? Well, I mean,
we don't want their bail.
For me, I am just pretty much like an innocent man shouldn't be locked up that long or in that place, right? So,
you see, if they want to hold it now, they can. Now then go tire, Baba. The more they hold land, the more Nigeria they go down. You understand? If they want they can do Fulani, want they can do Kulishi, and waiting they call them Tinubu, want they can do Chopper Wedu. We there with them. You understand? Now they don't tell them. If they kill them, the more the Biafra will come faster. So it's Biafra or death. We are not afraid of anything. We don't ready for anything, any outcome, anyhow. Well done, Baba.
God bless you.
God bless you.
All the best, okay? I'll take this one. Hello there.
Yeah, my good general.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good evening from here.
Good evening.
My name is this is the second time call. I think I called your show many years. I think it was months, a couple of, I can't remember, but
it's been a while. I'm trying to kind of pick the voice myself, but you know.
Yeah, I'm calling here from Kansas City.
I can see that. How are you today?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. First of all, I want to get a shout out for you for good work you are doing. Pretty much, they say when another king is missing, there will be another king, the replacement. Right. Since the zoo called Nigeria kept holding Mazen Nandekano, and the whole court, no matter what they do, they must surely release that man. It doesn't matter the way they take it to. Left or right, they might hate him, they might like him, some people might want to kill him. I mean, the same thing, like the religion said, the same thing they do to Jesus Christ. You know, not everybody loves him. I know they're applying the same thing to you. Some people like you, some people hate you, but you got to speak the truth. It's only the truth. It's only the truth that can set us free, you know. Right. Since the country existing, from those people calling themselves Nigeria, they love Nigeria. Nigeria is their country, and this and that. If you look at them, they are just like they're waiting for their turn. Like it's a turn by turn.
Yes, so
since that country, since that country is created, if I am in Nigeria, because I'm surely guarantee you that I'm not in Nigeria. The reason why I say that, if anybody want to argue why you say you're not in Nigeria, because Nigeria have not done anything for me.
No.
Nigeria have not given me a single life, a single opportunity. I'm not speaking of life is a long process.
If Nigeria had this way, you won't be where you are today. You will be one of those we are praying for. That being power. That's what Nigeria wanted for all of us. Be poor, be under that place, never say anything, never to be seen, exist, but you must not be seen. Nigeria didn't have his way on us, so nobody should come around and gaslight us and say, "But you are Nigerian, you're the mad, who be Nigerian."
Exactly, because Nigeria, and you see what's going on in that country called Zoo. Yes. When you look at the people out there, they are just like a cancer in their brain. The reason why I'm saying that, because there is calling Nigeria Zoo is just understatement. Because animals can feel when they are getting hot or when they're ready to do something to them, they will know.
That is right.
But when you're looking at the human beings that live there, They don't know when they was killing them slowly, and they don't know when they're raising a war against them slowly. And those people call themselves a leader. Can those people identify which state, which local government, who do they know, where they're from, what date of when they was born? Because Nigeria, they can't identify who is in Nigeria. Who is in Nigeria?
That's some big
Nobody knows.
nobody
They don't
has actually described. Everybody has
They
their own
don't know who
definition
is in
of
Nigeria.
who is in Nigerian. There's no one single definition. That's where you will know that Nigeria is fake.
And any country in the whole planet that favoring terrorists, people from another country came over in your land, terrorizing your own people. And you call yourself a Nigeria as a government by people. You call yourself a democratic country. And you have a people, terrorists, and invited by the government to disarm, to kill, to ravish the whole area of your community,
to rape, to
your
kill,
state,
to destroy. Only
and
to,
you
to
say
say they are pardoning them.
and the government is not doing anything. There is no government. The anarchy is just understatement. And Nigeria is on the war.
Yes.
And the hunger is just another thing for child play. You know, my statement I'm trying to make, Nigeria, it needs to be divided. Nigeria needs to be finished. Nigeria needs to be destroyed. Nigeria should not ever exist, because there is no war in the air. The white man can come in and create a country and give you, and you answer and you take. And everything that happens, the people that give you the country, they know every single thing that happened in that country. They cannot raise alarm. They cannot say, hey, this has to be stopped. They cannot put end of it. And you guys, the people, they're calling themselves, I'm talking about those people still hammering about Nigeria, and they still existing, are calling themselves in Nigeria. How do you know who is in Nigeria? Now, the northern place, you see what they're doing, they start looting. They're calling it the hunger. And their government, then when they raise against SARS, when this stupid man called himself Buhari, when he started transferring all the whole terrorists from Sahara, from anywhere. So they didn't know there would be a hunger. There would be something like this that coming.
Exactly. When all this terrorism was going on, did you ever remember when it's going to be, the repercussion where there will be no food, where farmers are being killed and all of that? Like, didn't they see this coming?
And then all now, these people, are you calling yourself? You cannot see how these terrorists get armed. How did they have a possession of guns?
They are harming them there now. They are using Nigeria allocation to buy weapons for terrorists while they leave their people in abject poverty. We do know what they are up to there, don't we?
And to be honest with you, if I am in that Nigeria, because I just came back from there not too long ago, and I see a lot of things that are going on. If I am in that Nigeria, I'm not be armed, I will not live there.
You get what I mean?
Because the reason why,
I mean, you have a state governor. See, sir, you have a state governor that gave 500 million